Hey everyone, no one left behind here, and let's get right into this. We don't have a lot of time to waste. The first thing you're going to notice as you're leaving Kasar Island is that you can explore, and east of there is some dungeons and stuff. We'll get that later in a different video, but you can pick up some armor there. You'll also be fighting some enemies, and there's a list right there of some of the items you should save as you're going along. You'll want that many for different side quests later. When you get in here, there's two new pieces of armor, or a piece of armor and a weapon you can pick up that'll make you a little stronger for Baldwin, and some treasure right off the bat. So we're going to go up north from where we landed, and we're going to find Gorodo, and he's going to start the main quest on Eurad. And he's going to tell you a little bit about what's going on in the village, that he lost his mojos, there's monsters everywhere, and he came back to rest up and get prepared. Well, anyways, needless to say, we need to help him out. So he tells us that there's a couple things we can do, and we're gonna go help out. I think her name is Bagaya or Bagagia. I don't know. I have no idea how to say her name. But anyways, so we're gonna go down here and we're gonna find Bagagia, and she's gonna tell us she's like, I want to impress Gorodo, but I need my comb, so let's go get her that comb or that brush. And there we go, we found it. It's literally just west of her. Fight the enemy and give it back to her. Oh, something to mention is that you'll probably be about level 10 before you really start to be able to tackle these monsters. So you give her that comb, and she's gonna give you a little prize. And we're going to go up north, and we're going to talk to Gorodo again. Oh, right before we do that, let's head north of his position. And we're going to find this enemy up here, this imp, and we're going to kill him. And we're going to get this greeting card from a treasure right behind him. Also, mention there's a side quest and a rainbow medal up there northwest of that little house. So we got the greeting card. And we're all healed up, ready to go. Level 10, feeling good. We're gonna talk to him, and he's gonna give us a little more about what's going on. He's like, I want to give some flowers to this chick because I know I like her too. And so you give him the greeting card, and he's gonna give you some flowers, a flower bouquet to give to her. And we're gonna run that back down there. And once this is out of the way, we're gonna really start getting into getting Gorodo's mojos. So let's run down here real quick. Give her that flower bouquet. And then she's going to initiate another part of the quest, which is a side quest. We'll get to that later. Different video. Yes, right there. Click the link. And then, yeah, see, we don't have the item to give to her to finish it up. Alright, so from here, we're going to head back up to Gorodo. And I think you can do this. I think you can do this right after he gives you the flower bouquet, but I just finished that out there. This way he initiates certain dialogue, and he tells you about where one of his mojos is, and it's going to be, down the coast to the east, the southeast, is where he thinks these thieves got his first mojo. You go down here, and there's a bunch of treasures down here. They're just all over the place down here, and if you visit that well on Moon Day, you'll get some treasure. Also over here on the beach, another rainbow medal. Make sure you pick that up. You're going to talk to this guy, and he's going to tell you about the thieves, and he's going to give you this garden spade to get to them. So use that garden spade, get through there, fight the thieves, and then walk up here, treasure on the left, mojo number 1. And then this other treasure chest over here has a bunch of items in it. And that'll be our next trophy in the story-related trophies. First mojo, you get a trophy for each of the mojos you pick up. So now that we got his mojo, let's head back up to Gorodo. And as we're heading back up there, we cleared out all these enemies. We're feeling good. We got a good level on us. Give him that mojo, and he's gonna tell you what to do next. We're gonna finally get to the main part of the island. We're gonna go to Eurad, this town to the southwest. So he's gonna tell you to talk to the guy at the gate that has been blocked up until this point. We're gonna head southwest from here. And there's an item right there. It's actually a little further southwest. It's at those trees next to the healer. There we go. Talk to the guy. He'll give us a passage key. Passage key lets us down to the main part of the island. So go down here. And we're going to enter this new town. There's going to be a lot of stuff in this town. In fact, we're going to come across 3 new item shops. We're going to come across a scroll shop, an armor shop, and a weapon shop. With this scroll shop right here, we're going to get our first passive skills. And passive skills are explained to us a little bit, but they're really helpful. And make sure you pick up not only the passive skills, but the main characters for skills. And here's Tondraist, and he's the mayor of this town, and he's going to tell us where Dozaru, the guy Gorodo sent us to look for it. The guy that he left behind because he had to go get warmed up. They were going to fight monsters. Also, you notice here there's the weapon shop and the armor shop. Make sure you pick up new armor for both your characters. And after we talk to Tondraist, we're going to come up here and talk to Thoris, and he's going to tell us how to get to Dozaru. We need a key to get to Dozaru. And he's going to tell us that his cousin up to the west, he's got the key. But anyways, so on our way over there, we're going to stop by these guys, give them 6 of those coppers I mentioned earlier, and they'll give us a rainbow medal. And side quest complete literally is that quick as long as you have the items. So if we're on the southwest part of Eurad, this town we came across, you'll find a beach. And if you head northwest along the beach coast, we'll find Thoraz's cousin. Right there. Alright. So he's like, yeah, I got this key, but these monsters are all up in my house. Will you help me clear them out? So he'll give you a key to get into his house, use the key, and wait before we go in. We're going to go over to the west right there, and another rainbow medal. Nice. So we're racking them up real quick. So we're going to come over here, we're going to walk into this hatch, and we're in Menre's house. And how's this one laid out? I think it's just a bunch of switches all over the place? Yeah. Okay. So there's going to be some treasures, but see that guy with the exclamation point over his head? The objective of this dungeon is just to kill him. So we're going to flip all these switches. It's literally just a big circle of them. And we're going to find all sorts of treasures along the way. There's a rainbow medal in that room that is opened up from that switch. I think something important to mention about the levers and the switches is that you've activated them if they are in the southeast position. If they have been if they're unactivated, they're in the northwest position. So clear out all these monsters in this dungeon and work your way around until you get to that main guy. And literally once you get to him, you don't have to kill any of these other monsters. As long as you kill him, the dungeon's over. So these switches on the southwest side, they both lead to treasures. The 2 ones on the ends on the southwest side, they both lead to treasures. And the one on the northern side of that gives you that recovery expander. Those things, man, I gotta tell you how useful they are. Being able to level up how much items you can store is valuable in any role-playing game. So make sure you pick that up. And I've hit all of these switches in this dungeon, and I show all of them getting hit so you know where they are. A couple of things don't really lead to much. And I think as I get over here to the northeast side, oh yeah, hey, make sure you get that Seed of Revival. You will need it. I promise you will need it. You can pick up more at the item shop, but at this point you don't want to spend a lot of your money. You want to hold on to it because trust me, you're going to need it. You're going to have to, actually at some point you're probably going to have to farm for a lot of money or items so you can sell, so that you can buy some of the better equipment, so you can afford some of the better skills. So I hit all these switches, and like I said, I believe there's some treasure along this ridge right here. Up this way, in that room, in the room to the northeast that we hit the switch for. I'm pretty sure there's some treasure in there. I didn't record it, so you'll have to forgive me. Come in here in the center part, hit that last switch. Once all the switches are open, you can make your way to, what's this guy's name? This dude has a crazy name. Jetre. So fight Jetre, and once he's beaten, the dungeon is over. I'll cover that boss fight in another video, but I don't think it'll give you too much trouble. Anyways, dungeon complete. Let's move on. So now we cleared out all the monsters, and we're going to go talk to Menres, and he's got a funny way of thanking us. So we got all these monsters out of his house, and he's like, yo, you messed my place up, so give me some money. And we're like, nah, yo, we're not going to give you any money, full attack. So you fight this dude, and he's going to give you the key to get Dozaru. So we're going to come up here, and right after this, there's going to be a side quest with Doris that we can go to. We'll get to the other video. Anyways, so head southeast from here, and we'll find that gate that was locked when we first came down. Yep, there it is. Okay, the rusty green key. And as soon as we enter, there's Dozer. This is the guy we've been searching for. Boom. Hey, new character. This guy's going to join us here in a little bit. If you head south, just directly south along the coast from his position, there's 3 bags with a bunch of different items in there. Go check those out. So you talk to Dozer, and he's going to give you this wooden toy. And he's like, look, I need you to go take it to my little cousin or like little nephew. Yeah, my nephew. And so you're going to go back to town, and there's just going to be a bunch of running back and forth real quick. So, Fias, right there, near the gate, give him the wooden toy. He's be like, oh man, that's awesome, but hey, check this out. I got Dozaru's special comic edition. You need to go give it to him. So run back over to Dozaru, give him the comic. He's like, that's awesome. But you know what, dude? We're gonna need some food for this trip if we're gonna go anywhere and take on all these monsters. So you gotta run back over to Eurad, and he gives you a food list, and we're gonna look for this merchant. And this merchant is just northeast of Tondraest. And there he is. And we give him the food list, and he's gonna tell us, hey, we need 3 buns and a keg of beer. Odd traveling, provisions, but alright, so we're gonna go, after we talk to him, we're gonna come over here and talk to Thoical, and Thoical will tell us where to find the barrel of beer, and it is right behind the fence. It is northeast of him. And go over and buy 3 buns from the item shop, and then head northeast of the fence, and it's back here tucked away in these barrels. Boom, beer barrel, grab the beer barrel, truck it all the way back. Talk to Fias after you've gotten all the items, and he'll compile them into a parcel, and we'll take the parcel back to Dozaru. Now Dozaru is just about ready to fight. He's going to devour these buns. He's like, gone. He's going to leave you with the keg of beer after you complete this next little part. He's still missing his helmet. The little camp north of here. He's going to give you a little side quest real quick too. He's going to tell you to take the comic collection back to Fias. Side quest complete. You'll get a few items, small animals, boost your main character. And then we'll head back over to Dozaru, and he gives us a key to get into his camp. Boom, camp. Alright. So, go into the camp. We fight this big dude. He's not as strong as he looks. Trust me, there's a bunch of weak enemies that go along with him. Use some defensive strategies. We'll talk about that later. Alright, so in the chest, Dozaru's helmet. That's the quest item. You'll give it to him. And he's about ready to go now. He's like, I got my helmet. I got some food in my stomach. I'm ready for an adventure. Let's, hoorah, let's get on the way. So you get to name him. He's like, oh, and he also tells you where the next mojo is. So we're going to go find that mojo. Gorodo's Mojos. Alright, come on. Oh, yeah, and he gives you the helmet back, but you make sure you need to equip that too. Alright, so from this position, we're going to head east. If we travel along the north side, we're going to find some food and a bunch of potions right up there, past some enemies. Also up here, we'll find a healer. And this chick over here to the southeast, she's going to give us a little side quest. It gives you some tiny potions. West of here is some more treasure, and slightly east of there is a seed of revival. You'll probably need that to pick it up. Don't go too far to the east because that's some side quest areas. So we're going to come down here. We're going to talk to Tingard so we can get into Castle Temwall. And this is the place that Dozaru told us about. So he gives us a stone hammer to get by this little obstacle in our way. And make sure you pick up the treasure. There's some food, some MP healing, some coins. There's a couple different treasures in this area, and another little tiny potion tucked away back here. So once we get all our treasures and use our points at the savant, we're going to use the stone hammer. we're going to go in here, and what we're looking for is we're looking for a part of the key so that we can get into a deeper part of the dungeon. We're going to get that key, and we're going to bring it back to, I forgot his name, little guard at the entrance. So we'll go through here, we'll find some new enemies. Actually, I feel like these were the guys that really gave me the most difficulty at this part in this game, was because they have a long distance and they could like paralyze you or something like that. So when you enter the dungeon, head northwest, you'll hit a switch, and this is side quest stuff. But I'm covering it here so you'll know what to look for. This chest has the Ocher stone key, and that's a whole other side quest that we'll get into. And I think you'll want to do that near the end of this chapter. Like, there's going to be a final boss at this portion, and you're going to need to level up a lot. But we'll get to that in a little bit in this video. So keep heading northeast. This is a really straightforward dungeon. We get up here. We see these mad dogs to the east. We go here. There's some treasure. There's some flames to light our way, and then some more treasure up here. Go in here. I think there's actually a couple bags in here. Yeah, get some buns. Get some more small animals. Some coinage. And then just directly south of this position, you'll find the part of the gate key. And there's an enemy guarding it. Sneak past this guy, and we'll take on this walking bone. He might give you a little difficulty, so I put him in the other boss battles section. Alright, so grab the key, and there's also going to be a big head, golden idol in the treasure chest. Pick that up with it. You'll need it. And we'll head back to the beginning of the dungeon. We're going to talk to the guard, and so we can get deeper in the dungeon. I almost forgot to mention, we just passed a little town area where you can kill yourself. Alright, so back to the guard. Give him the key. He's like, awesome. Oh, and you found this. Let me get that too. Everyone's going to be so stoked we got it back. And that opens up new things from the merchants. And at this point, I think I cover it later in the video, but at this point you can visit that scroll merchant right there, and he'll have new skills for you. The armor shop's going to have more armor, upgraded armor, and the weapon shop's going to have some new sets of weapons for Dozaru and what's her name? Trisha, I think. I have no idea. Anyways, so where we fought the dogs, we're going to go west of here. We're going to use this key on this gate, the 10-wall key. It's going to let us back in it, and we're going to find a new set of enemies. Yes, another set of new enemies from this dungeon. This is the first gelatins, or the first slimes. God, every RPG has slimes. I love it. It's like the most common enemy of any RPG ever. Alright, so we get through the gate. We fight the oozes. There's going to be a healer, and there's going to be a savant up here. Make sure you're always using those points. I'm level 14 now, and like I think at this point with the passive skills, I've already bought Baldrin the like triple pearls for every kill or something like that. Alright, so hit that lever. That lever takes you back out, and there's some treasure in there. It's gelatin. I didn't record it, so I'm sorry. I don't have what it is. And then we'll head northeast here. We'll fight the big Red Death. I don't think that's Red Death, but that's the other guy. And we'll find Mojo number 2. Woo-woo! And there's going to be another trophy for us. Mojo of Torture. Oh my goodness. Alright, so right past the Mojo of Torture, there's this treasure room. There's a whole crap ton of treasure back there. Make sure you get it all. And there's a secret exit. Take us right back over to the Wind Coast. And we'll head up and talk to Gorodo. We'll give him his second mojo. And he's going to give you instructions on finding the final and third mojo. So head back to Eurad, and we're going to head to the coast of Eurad. Well, not quite yet. Actually, we need to head to the downtown area. We need to talk to the merchant, the same guy we gave the food list to when we were helping Dozaru out. So go up here, talk to him. He's going to be like, hey, I don't really know. Go talk to Thoycow. Thoycow might have a better idea. And sure enough, he does. He knows somebody that might have it. And what's this guy's name? Rati. And Rati has the mojo. He knows he's been selling it. So we're going to head to the coast of Eurad. We're going to truck it all the way down here. It's just south of the captain. And we're going to talk to this dude. He's going to try and rip us off. He's going to be like, oh, well, I'm going to give it to you for this. Oh, you really want it? Oh, I'm going to give it to you for this price. Oh, it's Gorodo's mojo? 70K. Oh, wait, I got another buyer. So 8 billion. And we're like, yo, that's not flying. So we're gonna fight him, and we're gonna get the third mojo. That's right. So now that we have the final mojo, we're gonna head back up to Gorodo. I love how that rhymes. Who would have thought you could rhyme with mojo? It's like orange or silver. It's hard to rhyme with. Anyways, go back up to Gorodo. And Gorodo's not done yet. I mean, he takes more preparation than Dozuru. So we get him his mojos, we've got him his girlfriend, and now he needs his traveling bag. So he's going to give us a key to get into the previously locked gate inside this house up here in the northeast. And he says there's also some relic we can get with it. And that relic is actually going to be the next main quest that we're going to go into. It's going to be the second part of Eurad. It's actually going to be the final 3 videos of this run-through series. So we're going to come down into the old basement, and we're searching for that artifact. And there's going to be a really big boss at the end of this level. You're actually probably going to get to him. Like, see right here, I'm level 15, and I got demolished the first time I walked up to him. So you are going to want to go through and probably go back and check out the side quests. Check out some of the different dungeons in this area, because there's northeast of Eurad, there's a bunch of treasure up there. In the Hopper Forest where you find Dozuru. If you head directly east, you'll find a swamp. If you head southeast, you'll find the Ochre Swamp. And then there's also another dungeon with some old dude looking for his staff. And there's a whole bunch of stuff going on there too. So there's 3 or 4 other places you can go to level up. And if none of that works, or if it doesn't help you out enough, you can always go back to East Kasar Island. So we're progressing through this dungeon, and this is like the top area, this little savant. There's some treasure up here. I think it's like a potion. Make sure you hit the other switch. That'll let you into the main part where you're gonna find the boss. I think there's some more enemies in the way. And down here we'll also find another rainbow medal. So make sure you head down here. Take out the zombie. Right, so we're gonna head back down here to the final part of this dungeon, and the chest we come across first has a bunch of potions. The 2 highlighted circles, those are headquarters with a small town area, and then all these other little areas the selected areas have treasure. That one with the reticule on it, the crosshair that you just saw, that's the portal to the final boss, and obviously it'll have the hardest enemies to go across, so it'll be the last one you fight. Go around, take out all these enemies, go get all the treasures. In that town area, you're going to find another scroll merchant. He's going to sell you the final skills you'll need. Maybe you can use Dozuru as a blocker with the passive skill. There's a lot of different strategies you can do to it. I'll show you what I did with mine. When we fight this guy, there's some herbs and a couple more potions, and I think a sniper flask on both sides. So let's fight this boss. And this dude is really hard. He is fast. He gets 4 sub-turns. And that's what we're going to be looking for. So we're going to get past him, we're going to get the traveling bag, we're going to get this charged magnetic coil. And like I said earlier, this magnetic coil is going to be the basis for the rest of this game. So give Gorodo the traveling bag, and he's like, look, if you want me to join your party, you got to fight me. So after this last battle, he's not going to be too difficult, especially if you level up high enough. But he will give you a run for your money if you're not prepared and don't use strategy, because he's a beast. And I wish he was that strong when you got him as a character, because I was I was like, oh man, he was that hard to fight. I thought they could switch it over. No RPG ever does that. He'll give you a wannabe blade. It's a good equipment for Dozuru, and then he'll join your party. name him. And then this is the final part of this area. We're almost done, guys. This is awesome. So we're gonna head back down. We've got Gorodo in our party. We've got Dozer in our party. So we have a 4-person party now. The game is really getting underway. Like, we're really starting to get to explore our characters. We've got a bunch of new equipment. And we come back down here and we need to talk to Tondreas. We're gonna tell him that everybody's in the party now, and like we're all fighting the monsters. And he's like, "Oh, that's awesome." He's gonna give us access to the portal. So after we talk to him, he's gonna give us some advice, and I think actually at some point, yeah, okay, but it's gonna be here in a little bit. I'll explain that because I didn't record part of it, and I'll just have to tell you what the deal is. So go back down here after you talk to Andreas, talk to the portal adept, and he's gonna instruct you through using the portal, getting to Kasar Island, linking it up, and coming back. So we talk to him, and he's going to give you a pickaxe to break the stone to get to the portal. And right as we do that, no sooner does he give us that, and we get done talking to him, our nemesis will show up. There he is. So go talk to him, the nemesis, how coincidental, and he'll give this big spiel about like how awesome he is and how stupid you are, and like, give me your stuff. I don't think he gets to that point yet. I think he'll start trying to steal your stuff here a little bit. So after you talk to him, talk to the portal adept again, then talk to Tondreas. Tondreas will clear everything up. You'll get the pickaxe from the portal adept right after this point. You'll break the rock. You'll go through the portal. This is important because I don't cover it. I don't have the video footage. After you break the rock, you have to go through the portal. You have to talk to the little guy on the other side. He's got a really long name and I don't remember it. So take the item, take the pickaxe, break the rock, go through the portal, talk to the guy on the other side of the portal, and the portals will link up and you'll be ready to go. Come back to Eurad. Once you get back to Eurad, talk to Tondreas, and he'll tell you to give him that piece of the charged magnet coil that you found. He'll ask for that piece, and then he'll tell you to talk to his assistant, and then talk to him, and then talk to his assistant. I think it's like a back and forth real quick. Eventually, one of them is going to give you another pickaxe, and once you get that pickaxe, you're going to head north of Eurad, just like I am here. You're going to break this rock, and we're heading to the final part of Eurad. And that wraps up the first part. We've gotten Gorodo's Mojos. Thanks to East Asia Soft and SideQuest Studios. This is No One Left Behind, signing out.